As the sun dipped low in the sky, casting a golden reflection over the expanse of the sea, the 10 islands near the in-between lands stood starkly contrasting against the vivid hues of the horizon. 6 of the islands loomed ominously, shrouded in an ever-present darkness that seemed to seep into the very essence of the air, creating an aura of malevolence that sent shivers down the spines of all who dared to gaze upon them. Meanwhile, 4 islands sparkled with a beauty so pure and radiant that it was as if they were plucked from the dreams of the most imaginative souls. The storm clouds swirling in the distance seemed to gather with a purpose, ominously foreshadowing the chaos that was soon to unfold upon this fragile balance of light and darkness. The tranquility of the world was shattered when a shadowy figure, cloaked in darkness, descended upon the islands. This mysterious being cast a powerful spell that brought the storm clouds to life, causing them to churn and rage with a ferocity never before seen. The very skies above crackled with dark energy, casting an eerie glow over the islands as the storm clouds unleashed their fury, lashing out with bolts of lightning and deafening claps of thunder, tearing the once calm seas into a maelstrom of chaos. As the islands were thrown into disarray, it became clear that the forces of evil were rising, threatening to consume all in their path. Amidst the chaos and destruction wrought by the malevolent forces, a group of heroes from the beautiful islands banded together in a desperate bid to push back against the encroaching darkness. Despite their best efforts and unwavering resolve, they found themselves not only outmatched but outwitted at every turn. The evil forces, led by the enigmatic figure known as Malum, a master of dark magic, orchestrated their downfall with a malevolent glee that sent a chill down the spines of all who witnessed his power. The heroes were captured, their bright spirits snuffed out as easily as a candle in a gust of wind, and imprisoned deep within the shadows of the evil islands. As the captured heroes languished in the oppressive dread of their prison, their hearts heavy with the weight of their failure, the darkness that loomed over the evil islands seemed unbeatable. Malum's grip on power tightened, his malevolent presence seeping into every corner of the once proud land. Despair hung heavy in the air as the evil forces closed in on the last stronghold of resistance, the beautiful island standing as a beacon of fading hope in the encroaching night. The captured heroes, led by a young warrior named Alara, forged an unbreakable bond in the crucible of their shared suffering. Together, they honed their abilities, drawing strength from one another and from the unwavering spark of hope that still flickered within their hearts despite the all-encompassing darkness that threatened to consume them. Alara, her spirit a beacon of resilience and determination in the face of overwhelming odds, sparked a rebellion within the very heart of their prison, igniting a fire of defiance that blazed across the land and galvanized the oppressed to rise up against their malevolent captors. In the wake of the rebellion, the heroes emerged from the shadows strengthened by their united purpose and fortified by the knowledge that they carried within themselves the key to breaking the chains of darkness that bound the islands in despair. With a newfound sense of clarity and purpose, they turned the tide of the struggle against the evil forces, their courage unwavering in the face of the seemingly insurmountable odds stacked against them. Through a series of daring feats and selfless acts of bravery, they dealt a decisive blow to Malum and his minions, freeing the islands from the oppressive gloom that had threatened to snuff out the light forever. With the entry of the storm clouds and the clash of light and darkness hanging in the balance, the heroes stood unified against the forces of evil, their bonds forged in the crucible of adversity shining brighter than any magic. They unleashed a power born of courage, love, and sacrifice, a force so pure and strong that it dispelled the darkness that had once threatened to overtake the islands. The storm clouds scattered, the oppressive gloom lifted, revealing a world transformed by the heroes' selfless courage and unwavering determination. The beautiful islands basked once more in the warm embrace of the sun, their verdant beauty restored, and the people emerged from their shelters, faces upturned in awed gratitude for the heroes who had saved them from the brink of annihilation. As the heroes stood amidst the ruins of the once ominous darkness, they were hailed as saviors, their names whispered in reverent tones by all who bore witness to the epic struggle that had unfolded before them. Alara, her gaze fixed on the horizon where the sun cast its final, lingering rays, knew that their journey was far from over. True, they had vanquished the darkness for now, but the world was vast and filled with perils yet unknown. With a silent vow etched in her heart, Alara turned to her companions, the fire of purpose still alight in her eyes, and together they set forth to new adventures, their spirits unbroken, their resolve unshakable. For as long as evil threatened to shadow the light, they would stand together, strong and united, as the guardians of the lingering dawn.
Now that was 4,000 years ago. The islands are becoming corrupt again. Now there's 10 islands. 6 are very dark and horrifying. 4 are still beautiful, lush islands. Now, one is called Fairy Fall. That's one of the good, lush islands that are not corrupted. Then we got Tears of the Fairy. That's another one that's not corrupted. It's really where the Fae live and a lot of magical creatures. And then they got where the elves and dwarfs live. They called Dwarfordia. And then they have the last one that's not corrupted, Eldoria. Now these are the 4 that are not corrupted, but the other 6 are. Now one's called Crimson Isle. One is called Moon's Peak, the Tear of the Dragon, Willow's Sorrow. Now that's supposed to be an ancient tree that lives on there. There's a big willow tree that's been there for over thousands of years. It sounds like it's always weeping and crying. Another one is the Dragon Turtle's Demise. This island is surrounded by broken ships, stories of dragon turtles destroying ships that get near it. And then Wolfbane is the last island that is corrupt. Every day, for the last 100 years, more evil and dark creatures have been coming to these islands and calling it home. I hope you enjoy the islands that are near the in-between lands. Alright, I hope you have a great one.